All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to week 7, the final week of the Link to the Past Randomizer League. Um, we have an exciting match tonight with two 6-6 teams trying to claw their way into the playoffs in the Lost Woods division. On one side, we've got the Bomb Squad, composed of Adirondack Rick and Fred Coughlin tonight, and Salt Miners with Ganon's Gone Wild and Telethar. And it is going to be a wild ride in front of us. Today we've got Co-op Randomizer as the mode. So all of the enemies are going to be randomized. The goal is just beat the game, get your 7 crystals, kill Ganon, as typical. But all of the enemies are going to be randomized, so all of that room knowledge that you have just goes completely out the window. And it's going to be pretty crazy.
Chaos. It's chaos.
And joining me is Wilson Jones with Tier 8. How you doing here?
Doing great, man. I'm excited. This mode is bananas. It's silly, and it kind of levels the playing fields a little bit, between runners. Someone with a really good NMG time isn't going to be able to benefit from all of their strats because of Randomizer and how it throws a wrinkle in everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I love that they have the boots and they don't have a sword. So hopefully we see some people dashing into stuff. And this is a hype race because, the Salt Miners were champions last year. They're not guaranteed a playoff spot. So there's a lot on the line here.
Yeah, we were just talking about that. So they're both 6-6, and it looks like the magic number for this division is probably 8 wins.
Okay.
Like, it's not guaranteed. It could be 7, but 8 is going to put you in a lot better spot. As we see the Moon Pearl coming out of the Bonk Rocks immediately to the left of Sanctuary. So we also saw an immediate death from Fred. Those rollers and pokies not looking fine on the way to Eastern.
That's what we're hoping for, right? Early Moon Pearl is really nice. We are going to need Dark World access. Shout out to our trackers today, too. Fierce Magic and Pixcalibur for doing the tracking. Early Sword. Womp womp.
Dashing through enemies. Boo. I
know. But there's still plenty of enemies that you can't dash through with the fighter sword, so. Like a Lionel example. Right there on GGW side. Just hanging out outside Link's house.
Yeah, I was just talking with Pixcalibur and Furious Magic, our trackers, before we headed up, and we're like, that's how you know that the admins of the league are just having fun with this mode. Starting you with no sword is like, all right.
Totally. Yep.
We want you to die.
What do you think about the Houlihan start from Fred there?
I don't know. I mean, it's a decent hedge. I mean, if you, or you might be worried about early money. A little bizarre to see them do that and then not head over to cap.
Yeah, I'm not sure I love a Houlihan start in this. I don't think it's really necessary, especially you saw from Rick's side. There's a free fish around that you can just give to the bottle vendor, and he gives you a whole bunch of stuff. We got early flute and Kakariko too. And a fire rod. Look at all this stuff.
Yeah, we seem like we're going to be pretty well equipped.
300, and Fred just opened another 300. That's kind of why I don't really care for Houlihan starts. It feels like you're just wasting time.
Yeah, I mean, it does buy a little time for your teammate to give you a little bit more info, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much to do in the early game, though, so I don't know. It's not going to cost them the race or anything, but I just, you want to take advantage of every second that you can when you're playing it, especially against a team like the Salt Miners, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they are, as you said, the last season's champs, so you have to think that the Bomb Squad is probably a little nervous headed into this one.
Yeah. Rick did get a pretty big win against Relkin last week, though, in Krosky's. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, the Bomb Squad has had a really up season this year.
Yeah, last year they were fighting relegation, and now they're fighting for a playoff spot. That's awesome. Pretty tame chicken hut too. There's a couple of chickens in the actual chicken hut.
Yeah, that room can be very deadly. Unexpectedly. Or expectedly, depending on how much you played the mode, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, so yeah, we were just
Aren't you in this division?
I am in this division.
Yeah, that's right.
Our team Bottles on Empty is here, as Rick having a little trouble with the bumper enemy. Yeah, we are at 7 wins in this division, 7-5.
Oh, so you guys are also vying for that playoff spot too, or have you clinched or?
No.
Okay.
So the story of our division is Beats from the East is basically clinch the top spot, and spots 2 through 6 are completely up for grabs.
It's going into the last week of the season. That's bananas. I love it.
It's crazy.
Competition's great, man. I love that.
It's crazy, and I love that there's so much stakes on this ridiculous mode. It just makes for amazing gameplay. So yeah, so we now have, after clearing out the gold mine that is Kakariko, a flute, a bow, blue mail.
Jeez. Yeah, the Moon Pearl. Yeah, so much stuff coming out. Opening.
Moon Pearl, bottle, fire rod.
You know what's interesting is depending on the big key layout of Eastern, that might be clearable, like logically, as long as the big key isn't vanilla.
Yeah.
It is a pendant though. I just saw a map check, so rip that idea.
I did not see the pendant crystal layout. What was it?
I only saw Eastern. We have 2 pendants. It looks like pendants in Eastern and Hera. And I think a 5-6 was over at Desert too.
Yeah, that's also what I thought I saw, though it was a very pro and quick map check. So
yeah, yeah. So much stuff in Kakariko.
So Mini Moldorm Cave looked pretty free. Was that just Mini Moldorms in there?
Yeah, I think so. Mini Moldorm Caves tends to be free because it has to have killable enemies. So it's usually like Mini Moldorms or like shadow creatures, maybe Popos.
The shadows can be pretty rude when you only have bombs.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But
early flute, early boot. We might get done with in an hour in this season. So fast everything is. We already got the fire rod. Just looking for the ice rod and the hook shot flippers. We're good to go.
There's always a wrinkle. You know this.
Oh yeah, 100%. Still looking for Dark World access. We do need another glove or the hammer.
Yeah, so runners having a lot of options here. We see Telethar getting much of nothing out of Ice Rod Cave. Looks like they have plenty of money and are going to be setting up to do all the water walk checks. Pretty standard for a boots mode. As we see Rick exploring back of escape.
This can always be interesting. Not too bad though, with the Stalfos there. You can get some pretty nasty stuff. I mean, rollers are the worst, I think, just because they can totally disrupt everything.
Yeah, boo. Let's get some more Lionels in there. Not enough Lionels yet. As we see.
Yeah, just the one hanging out for side of Link's house, but.
That's going to be a constant thorn in these other side.
And the thing about Lionels, though, is they're pretty easily avoided, right? Like, that's kind of the unfortunate thing. Telthar braving. He's water walking too. This is dangerous. But with the boots, I think, and the sword, I think it makes it a little bit better. So it makes it through.
Yeah, definitely not too bad there. Sora just with more money, nothing on the ledge.
Yeah. Cash has not been a problem.
So it's looking like either Eastern or this front of escape play from Rick is going to be the payoff that gets us into Dark World.
Yeah, we do have the top of the mountain. There's one check logically there, but are you interested in rescuing the old man without the lamp in this mode?
I mean, with the flute, I mean, you just try it, you know. I mean,
the problem is if you get stuck, you could actually just get locked there. You know what I mean? Like if it is tough, I don't think it will be, but there is that possibility.
Maybe you do it off a save and quit as a hedge. You know? Ooh, that roller's nasty.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he's trying, Fred.
That's a good. He got it. Yeah, fake flippering in this mode can be very dangerous. Nothing from the man under the bridge. Telethar gonna go to the castle, following in Rick's shoes. I bet it's Eastern. I mean, we got the bow, which puts them back in logic. We got the fire rod, which also puts them back in logic. Again, save that big key if the big key's not vanilla.
I mean, not that you necessarily need to beat the boss, but I do wonder what boss is there.
Yeah.
Or it could be that mushroom.
Could be the mushroom. GGW is going up to the mountain. He's not rescuing the old man, but he's going to take a look at Spec Rock. He's only still low hearts. 3 hearts is not. I mean, blue mails helps a little bit, but not on the mountain. Just a rope there instead of a ball and chain guard. So Dark Cross is in logic? Yeah. I don't know if we've seen the map.
Dark Cross being in logic is I mean, yes, of course it's in logic, because all you need to do is light that lamp.
Right. It's easy.
It's so easy. All you have to do is just know where the lamp is and light it.
I wonder what Rick's kind of taking his time. He's like debating whether or not I should do Dark Cross, I guess.
No, he's struggling to die is the problem.
Oh,
because he use bombs.
Oh, he's only got 5. I mean,
yeah. Ultimately, he decides to.
Okay. Yeah, the thing was flying away from him. That's hilarious.
Normally, the problem is not dying, so that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, we don't really talk about that often in this mode of like, the challenges of dying, but this one actually was a little bit more challenging. All right, so let's take a look at Dark Cross. Oh, he just did a map check, but I didn't see what the boss was of Eastern on GGW side.
I did not see the end of the boss either. I thought it might have been a Vidi. Oh, Helma, according to Lana in chat. Thank you.
That's beatable as long as you've got the bombs for it.
Eek.
Telethar did check that mushroom and didn't get anything from it. Ooh, and there's the death.
Yeah, Rick getting kind of bullied there. It seemed like there might have been some type of like red guards or other type of difficult situation.
Yeah, this is a tough one.
Did not seem very easily solvable via dashing.
Okay, there's the big kid Eastern. So the back is in logic. How many bombs is 6 bombs? I don't, because that's not enough, is it? How many bombs is it? Is it 6?
I think it's 4. But hitting with them all is pretty hard consistently. Oh boy.
Oh man, Rick.
He can do
Did
it.
Telethar make it through here? Oh, the shovel. Oh no.
What is even happening?
So it seems like our progression is locked behind the fire rod, one way or another. GGW down to 1 heart, and these red beetles are super slow to kill, and they're very aggressive. And he died. I mean, I would honestly, I'd just skip that one, right? Because that's the one that's not in logic.
Oh.
There's an item there though.
Yeah, I wonder if the red beetle had the key.
Just a heart piece. I think it's the back. I think it's Helmasaur.
Oh my god.
I mean, you could upgrade your bombs. They have a ton of money. And GGW kind of in a... I mean, look at GGW and Coughlin's heart situation compared to their teammates. Both of them on 3. The other guys are on 6 or 7. What the heck? Rick adding more. Oh, it's rude.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's one of the things. I mean, unless they're full hearts, you're not really routing towards them that
Yeah.
aggressively. But in this case, you might have to, pull back in memory and find out, where were those hearts? Why am I so far up on you?
Yeah. Man, the Gibdo had this key too. Luckily, they have that fire rod.
So chat
So what?
correcting me and saying that it is going to be 5 bombs to hit Helma with.
Okay. Okay. I think the salt miners. I don't know how the bomb squad is going to approach this. I think they're just going to say, "I don't care what's in the Eastern Palace big key chest. Not where we're going, ever."
Yeah, well, I think you're at, and kind of where we're both at, that I think this is just the only item left in Logic, so it has to be it.
It has to be here. Yeah. Vishal shovel. Even Zora was checked.
Yeah, and it seems like the bomb squad going to be living up to their name here in a minute.
Yeah.
And also it has come to the same conclusion.
Nicely done by Telethar, though. Does have to be careful. Blue mail, I think, makes it a little bit better. But bow coming in handy. What's it going to be? Mitts? Hammer? Hookshot?
Lamp?
Oh my gosh. It is the lamp. Oh no. So he has to go back now, right? He has to go check the vanilla big key chest? Because it's now in Logic, right? It's either that or the old man.
Did we already get 3 items out of here?
Oh, there's the cape. Oh no! Is it
Aga time.
Oh no!
What is Telethar coming here for?
All right, Rick's made it. It's another sword. Oh no! Oh no, dude! What is this scene? This is ridiculous.
So I wonder. I mean, based on Salt Miner's location, it does look like Telethar's going back to check that last item. I was gonna say there's potential that you just get the lamp and you just go do Aga, and then you just miss that sword, but it doesn't seem like that's gonna be the case. Perhaps one runner will be down a sword for a while. Alright, Fred successfully getting the mask off and getting a kill on Helmasaur King, about to get his unpleasant surprise here. While we see GGW going to be heading straight for Aga, so on 3 hearts, let's see how this Aga Tower treats us. Alright, so the first room here is pretty friendly, but it's really the dark rooms where things can get really nasty. And so we have Rick getting that second sword, leaving to get his bombs. I wonder if there was any consideration to doing Dark Aga Tower, but that can just be so treacherous if you a random enemy just gets in the way of one of those torches. With the Fire Rod, it's generally not too bad, but this mode can just be it could make for a real disaster if you have some bad enemies. So I definitely agree with this call to go for that lamp. And we see the salt miners almost room for room here. As Rick getting into a little bit of trouble, but getting himself out immediately with that blue potion. But this Hinox is nasty. This is the one that has the key that you need. And so it looks like the most hazardous parts of Aga Tower are now done for the salt miners. So they're going to be getting into the Dark World here in not too long. There's this bridge coming up, and I'm not sure what can be randomized onto this bridge, but... Oh, jeez, okay. Yeah. That's actually a pretty nasty combination of both Telethar and GGW making it through without getting wall mastered. I can definitely see a situation in which one of these runners bonks into that skull and then ends up getting wall mastered while they fall. So it looks like Fred has avoided that. And I've failed to count blue balls, but it appears we're on, what, 1 at the moment? It looks like Telethar is just 1 cycle ahead. Yeah, I said there's always a wrinkle too, and you know, this seed was so promising right at the outset of just like throwing all the items at us outside of CAC. And, you know, 10 minutes later, here we are, doing Aga, after a logically required lamp at Helmasaur King and Eastern Palace, so there you go. As Rick nicely finishes off his Helmasaur King, gets his lamp, and we're going to see him into Aga Tower here fairly shortly. Smartly grabbing a potion here for safety. I like this play. As both salt miners finish Aga at right around the same time, headed into Dark World, so we'll see what's coming up for us here. Interestingly, we can't really go anywhere. I mean, we don't have a hook shot, so we can't really cross the bridge. We don't have hammer, so we can't go down. You can go to Catfish, but it's basically Catfish versus all of Pod, and it seems like both runners are making the same decision to head there. So interestingly, it seems like Rick is the only runner who's going to be having that sword advantage, so we'll see how that plays out. Both runners are going to need to play it safe here around these Murderedactyls. GGW not messing around, just hits them with the Fire Rod. Ooh. Fred, I was going to say, about to be in a one-hit KO situation, but with the red mail, manages to survive. And we see some nice and deliberate division of labor here going on with the salt miners. But that's not the item that you want to see there in Shooter Room when you're making that play. So, looking like GDW is going to have to go back for that at some point. and GGW demonstrating to us why anti-parries are the worst. Just always getting in the way, impossible to kill without the powder. We just get our pair of keys over here, and then GGW gonna be probably heading down to get that big key. So the question becomes, what is it that we're gonna find here in Pod to advance us? Or is the answer at Catfish? Or both? All things definitely still at play here. We'll also see if Rick potentially goes up to Catfish. Wouldn't be absurd with Red already being pretty deep into Pod at this point, with some nice dodgems at the end of the Hellway there. GGW hitting that switch twice. Randomizer definitely messes with your mind a little bit. Like, rooms that are just normally free just sometimes are not. Because you're just like kind of thinking ahead to what's going to be in the next room, or your head's still in the last room. As we pull the mitts out of the U basement here, with the left side definitely being less friendly than the right side, so we'll see if Telethar uses that knowledge and maybe goes right side first. And we have Harmless Hellway being split against the Dark Maze. And we see just a Landmolas here in Pod, but unfortunately they will not be able to beat it unless they have the hammer. So, and yeah, predictably we see Rick heading up here towards Catfish, since we do not know, since his team does not know what the answer is yet. Salt Miner's already knowing that Mitts is probably the answer that they need. But with it being kind of a split, I can definitely see Rick going up to Catfish here. That makes a lot of sense. Meanwhile, Salt Miner's splitting up the Flanktuary and getting a cane for their trouble out of King's Tomb, and then the Village of Outcasts area. Yep, just a heart there on Catfish, so Bomb Squad definitely losing a little bit of ground there, since Rick is going to have to route straight to this Titan's Mint. Not a lot of time to be saved because we have to get the keys out of Pod anyway. So it looks like Fred is probably then heading to Village of Outcasts. So, oh no, heading to Meyer area. Gonna check medallions. GGW also pulling a potion for safety, only on 3 hearts still, that makes sense. And we'll get to see what I missed here on the Salt Miner side in Meyer Shed. Not a whole lot of anything being pulled there. Alright, so I like the teamwork and division of labor going on here with the salt miners. One staying out to clear Village of Outcasts, while the other just jumping straight into Thieves Town to finish the boss, which is a vanilla blind. So you are kind of immediately put off script, which is kind of weird. Telethar smartly using the cape there. And also smartly holding the wall to conserve magic. Nicely done. And GGW also going to get this bottle for safety. Also rewarded with a full magic decanter. That's a really nice gift. And a mirror being pulled. I missed that on Telethar's side. Sorry, that is 4 people to track. It's a little tough. From the third chest. So
still no hammer, huh?
Nope. Fears rejoining us now. Welcome back.
Thanks. Mitts, was it just Mitts and Pod? That was basically what we got funneled to?
Yeah, that was the only relevant item across the 5 available checks to them. We saw Rick do catfish, but it was nothing. So the only thing you really missed was the Mitts and Pod, and then Mirror pulled just now inside Thieves Town.
I see. Okay.
Also a red cane in King's Tomb.
Okay.
So
what are we looking for? We have pendants at Meyer, of course. We have access to that kind of area. Hera being the other pendant. Oh, that kind of stinks. So we do need the flippers, and we need the hook shot, right?
Yes, this is not a hoverer's paradise, as these seeds tend to be.
Yeah. It's good to see that GGW has more than 3 hearts now. Fred Coughlin's still only at 4. They are missing that sword. That could be relevant if the other swords are in bad spots, you know.
Yeah, definitely. That sword difference could definitely matter, and can definitely help Rick catch up a little bit. Realistically, they're not behind that many checks.
Yeah.
Just because they were able to just, route straight to the Mitts in Pod, whereas the Salt Miners kind of had to figure the dungeon out together.
Yeah. I mean, they both were in Pod at the same time, right? Like, there's no other checks besides catfish.
Yeah. I mean, it made sense. They just didn't do catfish.
Yeah.
So, like, at some point, if the sea gets really nasty, one of them might have to give that time back.
Mm-hmm. Which boss was in Thieves Town?
It's a vanilla blind, but kind of only sort of vanilla because you don't get to.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know how many items are left there? Because I'm taking they didn't go in the back.
They did not. I believe there are 2 items left.
Okay.
Because the 3rd and 4th chests are the mirror and then a blue potion.
Oh, no. Okay.
Nope. Wait, hold on. That was a key. Maybe there's only 1 item left.
Oh, okay. I imagine Bomb Squad doesn't go to the back too, right? Like, it's just such a time investment, especially if it's only 1 item.
The world's just wide open. I can't see them doing that.
Yeah, we have access to Paradox Cave now, right? With the hammer and the... Oh, there's the hammer, excuse me. We now have access to Paradox Cave.
Very prescient here.
Yeah. For some reason, I thought we had the hammer. We do not. Now we know where the hammer is. It is on the right side of Desert.
Commentator's blessing, just willing that one into existence.
Yeah. Now we have Paradox and Super Bunny and stuff, so...
If Fear wants to see it bad enough, it will happen.
Apparently, yeah, I'm just willing it into existence. All right, Fred just going straight to blind as well.
Yeah,
I think it's smart, right? Get your goods out of here.
Yeah, one of the features of this mode, even though this is a vanilla blind, you still do not need to rescue the maiden. It's because the boss is randomized, and if it were anything besides blind, that just wouldn't make sense.
Cape MVP.
Yeah, we saw some good use of the cape from GGW as well.
Yeah, I'm sad I missed the climbs. That was one thing I was looking forward to. But
The Aga Tower?
yeah, the Aga Tower climb.
It was pretty uneventful. There was a wall master at the very end, which was
could be interesting for sure.
yeah. There was a floating skull that could have made the whole thing nasty, like getting knocked into a pit and getting grabbed out of it by a wall master. But none of the runners, fortunately, had that terrible fate. So.
So no items, according to chat. There's no items left in Thieves Town. So.
Oh yeah, there must have been one on the boss. Okay, so.
So Saltmire's in a good spot with the hammer knowledge, right? Oh, a Vidi, gross. I mean, it could be worse because there's no slime, but they're still on Fighter Sword.
The bomb chucking is definitely the good strategy to use here.
Yeah, and taking advantage of the arrows too. You can probably just stand to the side and just start knocking them out. Or the front of them. It's fine. Don't love the spins, but I guess you do what you gotta do.
And Rick cleaning up line nicely. It got a little hairy there, but used the cape wisely. And I continue to be impressed by Salt Miner's ability to be in the same area, but divide labor very well.
Yeah. Really good. I mean, they're a good team. There's a reason they won the whole thing last year. I take it because that was a 5-6 is the reason why he finished that off right now. Maybe just to get the information as well.
Yeah, I don't know if he ended up with both items. Again, it's like counting and stuff when I'm trying to watch Force.
Yeah,
like real hard.
It's impossible. He's leaving, so I'm guessing he got everything. But it makes sense to finish it. At least have one of your teammates finish it. I take it with all the cash that they have, they're going to be buying stuff. he didn't even have enough space in the bottles. But yeah, it's like you do not want to lose because you didn't drink a potion.
Yeah, I think he fought Vidi and just presumed that he had used a potion at one point.
Right. Yeah.
He's like, gets to the end, he's like, dang, I'm good. All right,
yeah.
no buying potions, we're out.
So the other 5-6 is ice, which isn't in logic yet without the flippers, but I wouldn't be surprised to see GGW head over there after he does this little Skull Woods trip.
Yeah, so we still need to check what medallion we need for Turtle Rock. So we can pull Bombos out of
Bombos,
yeah.
And Quake was somewhere. Where's Quake?
They got it. All the runners got it from Digging Game.
Oh, okay.
Just on the hedge that they need it for.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And or Turtle Rock, of course.
Oh, Half Magic, you're hoping something important here because Half Magic is so nice in this mode. Oh, there it is, the hook shot. All right. So that's big.
Well, that's good to see that all of our runners will have access to that Half Magic.
Yeah. If I'm GGW and Telthar's telling me I just got Half Magic and Paradox. Oh, gosh. Nice, Lionel. I just got Half Magic and Paradox. You're like, please have something important there so I can guarantee to do it.
As Rick is rushing hair.
Yeah, this is interesting. Does he leave after Fred opens up this hammer here?
I mean, you're here.
Vanilla Moldorm. It doesn't have the hook shot though, and it could be in the basement. The big key could be in the basement.
Yeah, we know that he should leave.
Yeah, he does. He's out. I was surprised he didn't check the other one. I guess it's either the key or the small key, right? So he doesn't even care. It is Bombos for TR.
Yeah, Bombus for TR. So I wonder. I mean, you could head in.
I hope he has Samaria, right? Like we don't have a nice tracker.
Oh, I feel like he probably has Samaria. Like, would have definitely done that before coming up here.
There's Tempered for Bomb Squad when they come up here. What's in Skull Woods? Oh, fun. Good thing he's a potion, right?
Yeah, that potion's super relevant here.
I'm surprised he didn't use the green one. What's nice is I think you can hit Cold Stare into the spikes and it takes spike damage.
I'm not sure of that, but that puff melted very quickly, so I'm assuming.
Yeah. Nicely done, though.
And
he only has one bottle, okay.
Before doing anything in Turtle Rock, and also, like, rarely if ever pauses, so it's going to be difficult to confirm whether they have the cane or not.
If he doesn't have the cane, that would be the only reason for him to not do... Where's he going?
Finish pod?
Oh, finish pod. He must not have the cane because Turtle Rock might just be clearable, right? Like, there's no guarantee that it's Trinex.
Yeah, it'd be kind of weird for him to have not got the cane off of... it's just a King's Tomb. I mean, all it would have taken is a quick save and quit. You know you need that cane anyway.
Yeah, I think... I just saw his stream. He doesn't have it marked on his tracker, so looks like he doesn't have it.
Bummer.
So what are we from Go Mode then? Is it Ice Rod for guaranteed Go Mode, Flippers?
Yeah, still need Flippers to clear that Swamp Palace, is the big one. But then, yeah, we're in that lovely state in Randomizer of do we need the Ice Rod or not?
Oh no, he went to use the cane. Tell her when to use the cane to hit the block. Forgot that he didn't have it and mirrored instead. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Grab the cane, dude. It's right there. It's really not that bad. He was only like 3 rooms in, but it feels really bad.
It feels bad for sure in the moment.
Right, so we see Fred finishing up his Desert Palace, and
I mean, Go Mode might just be in Turtle Rock, right? If they get the Flippers, you're basically in Go Mode as long as you don't run into Trinex. Like the pod play is a little suspect too, because Trinex can be here. I'm guessing they got the compass, right? They probably know what the boss is.
Yeah, they got the compass, and everyone left without killing the boss. So I'm assuming.
But they didn't have the hammer. They didn't have the hammer then.
Oh,
the hammer was in the desert.
No hammer. Good point. Good point.
Yeah.
So that was what was keeping them from clearing it. And I don't remember seeing what this boss was like on a compass.
Yeah, it's definitely. I'm guessing he knows that it's clearable. Otherwise, you don't really do it.
Yeah, and Telethor flexing those medallions, which is definitely the right call for rooms where things are scurrying around and have a lot of health.
What do you think the last sword is? Do you think the Salt Miners get the last sword, or are they going to finish this on Master Sword?
That all depends on how quickly the Flippers come up. So
that's true. Yeah, I think the Flippers going to be like early here in Turtle Rock too, and then you have to make the decision of, do we continue to look for the Ice Rod or not? I blinked and missed what was in pod.
I did not see.
It was whatever it was fast because it was over in an instant.
Oh, the boss was a land loss. I just did not see.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And chat filling us in with the item that's $50. So
You know the flippers can be an ice palace, so you don't need to really go there at all.
So GGW getting their sword, and then
Yeah, he's going.
Probably
He's going to Turtle Rock. Yeah.
heading straight in.
Compass on boss. Fingers crossed. So they have to make a decision
Yeah, good.
on what to do.
Let's keep the tension live, please.
Yeah, 100%. Telthar doing some cleanup now. Finishing off desert. Maybe seeing if GW can get him some information. Both the bomb squad guys up here now. At this point, I feel like they both are just going to dip Turtle Rock, right? Wait, did Fred not get the sword out of Eastern?
Fred did not get the sword out of Eastern.
Oh, okay, okay.
So it's only a one sword advantage among the runners, not a two sword advantage.
Ice Rod in Turtle Rock, K game. So Flippers go mode then for sure. We are Flippers go mode.
Yeah, so the game not obeying our wishes to keep the tension live.
Yeah.
But we just gotta answer. Yeah, we just gotta answer that question of where the Flippers are. I guess Pyramid
Meyer. What's that?
Pyramid Fairy, Ice Rod. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Ice Palace, and both options.
For Flippers?
Oh, not Ice Palace, duh. Yeah, just Pyramid Fairy.
Yeah.
No, not Pyramid Fairy at
Nope,
all.
Pyramid Fairy either. Nope.
Not Pyramid Fairy at all.
Nope.
Yeah, so where else do we have? I guess
It's
we've already
this
seen
and
Purple
Meyer.
Fest. Yeah, Meyer.
Yeah, there's one check. There's two checks in Hera, I think, still.
Yeah, because Rick bailed on that as soon as we got the hammer.
So both teams know they're just Flippers from Go.
Yeah, we now see Fred making the same play into pod, just kind of waiting as.
Yeah, you know, this if he gets to the back first and they happen to be here, he can maybe skip Laser Bridge or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean.
I take it Fred didn't get the sword because the lamp situation, or I don't know. I feel like that's almost worth it when you're there if you know that it's a sword.
It's a long way away, and I bet you're just betting on getting another sword. Like,
but you got to do. I mean, if I'm getting it because I got to do the Aga Climb and Randomizer, I'm getting that sword for sure. But
yeah, I mean, it also would feel pretty bad, like if you took all that extra time and then just like ran into two more swords.
Yeah, that's true.
So, but yeah, I like this play from both teams. Just
Yeah.
clearing necessary dungeons while you have one of your runners go through the mess that is Turtle Rock. Hopefully you just get Flippers there and then you know, but otherwise you're just kind of clearing out these thin checks that also get you progress.
Yeah. Not Mimic Cave. Not the big chest. What do you think? Do you think they're here in Turtle Rock?
I'm kind of hoping not.
Yeah.
I want to see. I kind of want to see what we have lined up and see what calls these runners make after this. So
I don't want to say it, but you know, you could have to clear 3 pendants. It's possible.
avoiding that word that chat loves so much, I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing stopping that from happening. So Um,
I mean, we're getting thin. If it's not in Turtle Rock, the check number is getting pretty thin with what we've seen, right?
yeah, I think we've seen all the mirror checks and basically everything that there is. So down to 4. Just I guess 5 if you include green pendant outside of.
There's the compass, but it doesn't matter anymore. All right, so the last item is on the boss.
And we'll see what boss this is. It's always funny that in this arena, bosses always look so tiny.
Mm-hmm.
Just because of how massive Trinex is, and similarly when you
Right.
try to use Trinex into any other boss's game with, like,
Yeah.
your lord.
All right, desert finished. For Telethar. Oh, Skullwoods, excuse me. Fred heading back up here. I think they're kind of figuring this is probably the answer. Argus. Trinex on ice is still an option. I don't think we've seen any Trinexes, right? And we're
seen 0
guaranteed every
Trinexes.
boss.
Yep. I may have not done the best at tracking items when they fall, but boss fights take a little longer. I can track those.
Yeah, yeah. All right, there's Samaria for Telethar. It's not Turtle Rock. All right. So if you're GGW, you just head over to Hera, right?
I feel like you have to. I mean, you've got the hook shot. It's pretty quick. You get a green pendant out of it, so it's even if you're just doing item counts, it's 3 against 2.
Yeah. And I think Telthar's going to go to Meyer, so they're going to get that information pretty quickly.
Yeah, again, really nice timing and division of labor from the team.
Yeah.
So if one of them finds the item in their location, then the other one can just bail.
Yeah, this is a little unfortunate for the bomb squad because Fred's making an extra climb and he's not going to get anything out of it other than the crystal, right? Like, he could have put this off, unfortunately. But it was a good hedge, right? Like, you're hedging that the flippers are probably just here. Oh, GGW didn't do Hera.
Oh, Back of Thieves. Okay. So there
But I
must
thought,
be one item left.
yeah,
Here.
there must be. Or he hasn't finished it. It doesn't look like he hasn't finished.
Oh, he's just clearing crystals.
Yeah.
Another waiting move, which is fine.
That cape, man, coming in really handy. Cape and lamp are the two really big items here in Randomizer. Like in a normal seed, they're whatever, right? Like most of these runners in the Invitational can go lampless, capeless for the most part in a normal seed. But Randomizer, it's like, please give me that.
Yeah, the dark rooms can be especially brutal.
Oh, Killer Out pointed out a good spot. Trinex and Swamp would negate the extra climb. So
that's fair, because yeah, you got to get this ice rod, or well, might need to get this.
Might
ice rod.
have to, yeah. That'd be unfortunate for the Swamp Mage. Also, Trinex could be here in Meyer too, so that could be a really big win for the bomb squad. The flippers are on whatever the boss is here.
Yeah, we'll have to see how this plays out. There's a rogue wall master.
All right, there's one of the items in Meyer. Not a bad spot to hammer or to Hera jump here. A lot of times you can get something bad there.
I don't know if we've seen these hammer pegs either.
Right, because they just got the hammer in desert. You're correct. Not the answer though.
still trying to watch two screens at once, but I'm so
I
assuming.
know. Here's Telethar. There's the compass. Check the boss. Check the boss.
I'm assuming one's just gonna bail.
So I think the item is either on the boss or in the vanilla big key chest. In Meyer. I really want him to check the boss though to see. I mean, there's no reason to check it if you're not going to do it. So if the item is here, he can probably leave. I don't know. So, did we see both items out of Hera? Got the green pendant.
Chat's not flipping out, so. But Rick is leaving, so. Oh,
Hera basement has one item.
And doing
Oh
Spike
boy.
Cave first. Interesting. I don't think there's any quicker.
No, this is definitely slower because you have to come out, right? Like you have to walk out. Is it Meyer? Vanilla big key chest. Telethar's favorite check. It is. There it is. That's go mode.
All right. So Salt Miner's the first ones into go mode at 54 minutes, and seems like their strategy of doing these, clearable crystals is paying off.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they did a really good job of splitting up labor, right? Like just trying to get as much information as quickly as possible. Whereas I think we saw kind of Fred and Rick in the same spots quite a bit, but I mean, they're not far behind. Choosing Hera over Meyer is not a bad choice for the bomb squad. It just didn't happen to be there, right?
Yeah, pretty much. But just during that time, it seems like the Salt Miners just got quite a bit of a lead in number of crystals complete.
Is Rick angry at Fred or something? Because Fred still only got 5 hearts. The heck, man. Give him some hearts.
I think they're just trying to push.
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I just feel bad for him because 5 hearts is, even with red mail, can be pretty deadly in some of these, in some of the climbs they have to do in GT.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Telethar into Swamp.
You just go open the chest along the way, right? You're not opening anything else. Hoping for a sword.
No. Yeah, just hoping for a tempered, maybe silvers if you can get it, but if you don't, then, it's Master Sword Silverless Ganon.
I'm surprised he opened this chest. But it does get the big key, so we'll be able to open up one more check. I guess they're probably just trying to prioritize finding a sword, right? Like, Master Sword Silverless Ganon is super slow. The climb without a tempered sword in this mode can be really slow.
Yeah, we had kind of had this debate on our team too when we were doing some of the co-op modes in early weeks, and a lot of the conclusion we came to is that if it's not too far out of the way, just make the extra check.
Yeah.
Because if it's a sword or silvers, it's kind of like that, but times 2.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of prices you into checks that are a little further out of the way.
Yeah. So for his troubles, Telethar got the big key and a map. So I'm not what he was hoping for.
Wow, I missed this on Telethar's side, but this room sucks. You gotta wait for all the enemies to go in and out of the ground.
Yeah. So GGW just has Swamp and Ice, and he gets to Goma those, so that's really nice. Telethar is gonna have to do Ice and Turtle Rock after this. And then the Bomb Squad, they're in the right spot. Fred's gonna get those flippers and that flipper information pretty soon. Just have those 2 water temples. Unfortunately, Rick still needs a decent amount of crystals.
Yeah, left some behind. The desert and Skull Woods ones. Maybe just low on equipment at the time.
Yeah. Man, trying X on Ice is getting more and more likely.
That is, regardless of your equipment, a really, really tough fight.
Oh, a bailed out tempered sword for everyone.
that's really fortunate for salt miners. That's gonna
Huge.
really close any kind of time advantage, because the difference between mastered and tempered is way greater than the difference between tempered and butter.
Yeah. For sure. Man, that room that GGW is about to be in is nuts with all the different guards coming at him.
Yeah, I think you just bombos this, or I guess this also works. Solid icebreaker there. As Telethar also going to be coming up on Ice Palace. Going to get the intel to use the blue cane.
Yeah.
As we see, Fred also making the correct play time-wise to put the cutscene chest off for last, but unfortunately not correct here.
GGW forgot to pick up a key.
Yeah, this mode messes with your mind. I've already said it once, but
oh, totally, 100%.
You're just like looking at what enemies are in the room, and then you just like sometimes forget to do basic things. Oof. So is Fred going to the boss here?
Oh no, that's really unfortunate. I mean, I think they're pretty far behind anyways. So in the grand scheme of things, I don't think it matters. But yeah, this is. I mean, you're banking 50-50, right?
Yeah. I mean, the cutscene chest is quicker, but you already kind of did the skip.
It's quicker
so
if it's quicker if it's there. That's the problem.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's definitely being a little results oriented, but I mean, just getting to the check. Here's our Trinex.
And it's on ice, kind of. Trinex in ice.
In a technical sense, yes.
The floor is not ice, but
well, we do not need another location where this boss can be on ice. Like, ever. If you haven't done it or seen it, it's no.
Yeah. That's actually really good information, because look where Telethar is now heading. He was in Ice Palace.
Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, right.
So the mountain climb was required. You got to go back up there to get that.
You still gotta get that ice rod.
Yeah, got to get that ice rod. Quite a bit.
So I guess this is a little bit maybe closer than we were thinking, because I neglected to see that, both Bomb Squad runners had finished TR, and Telethar still has not. That's a long dungeon.
Yeah, it is.
Time.
It's really unfortunate that Fred is doing the boss instead of the cutscene chest now.
Yeah, I mean that time is looking more and more relevant. But Rick still has desert, so he can still kind of wait this out.
He left?
What? But no. Go back. Why?
I mean, they don't have. There's so few checks. Like that one, I really don't understand.
Maybe they just didn't clean these mirror checks up.
Yeah, maybe.
He's pulling out the flute. No, come back.
GGW has to do dig game.
Cutscene chest against pendants?
I think he's just pulling pedestal. don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm really digging deep, trying to justify this play, and I'm not seeing it. I mean, like, let's say that. Okay, let's spec a little bit. Let's say, what if Bomb Squad had the flippers 2 minutes ago? Where are they?
Well, they're not doing Hammer Pigs, and they're not doing Hera.
And they're not soft. They're not soft
yeah,
locking
Fred's got soft locked. Yep.
This can't have been. No, this can't have been a case of miscounted items either, because they
Why
knew
would
to
you
go to
kill
the boss.
Vidi?
They knew to go to the boss, and they didn't get an item. So
Yeah.
they know there's an item in cutscene chest.
I mean, what else do they have left? They're banking on Ped over the cutscene of Meyer, I think.
Right, but now you're sending Rick there, but now Rick needs to
Yeah.
get keys.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I think you're right. I think it was closer than I thought it was. Until now.
Yeah, no, I think, you know, so if, you know, if Bomb Squad has the flippers, let's say like 3 minutes ago now, that means like one or more of them are probably done with Swamp and or Ice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks potentially winnable, you know?
Yeah.
But I mean, definitely not now. I mean, like, it's not over till it's over. I mean, Ice Trine X can be a thing, you know. I'm not trying to call the race.
Reclimb could be a thing because Wallmasters exist.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They're just putting themselves behind, which they can't afford to do.
Yeah, I mean, they race. They race a good race. It's just like this play is really just really burying them. Tracy with a good point in chat of that it's possible for Vidi to have a small key. I guess they would have known that by pulling all the items, but cutscene is not possible to have a small key. So I mean, even maybe a small justification for trying to do cutscene earlier, but not doing it at all is just really rough. Telethark cleans up Turtle Rock.
They miscounted because Rick's just going right to the back.
Oh,
they miscounted Meyer. That's what happened. Because he's going to pull it, and they're going to go, "Where's the item?"
Race bombs. GGW about to pick up his flippers and the only place they need to go, and you see Rick backing out. So yeah, they now know that this has to be it, or that they miscounted in Hera.
There's an item in the basement. The order of doing these things, right? Rick was the first one in Hera. He left an item there. Fred was the first one into Meyer. He left an item there, and now they're reversed.
Yeah, that's really tough. I feel really bad. And yeah, I think this definitely comes down to you know, experience of the last year's champions coming into play here, because it's just like, it seems like such a small thing, right? Like it's just one item, but
the problem is there's so few items left, right? Like,
yeah, but just you know, a couple of times even like, oh, you know, that's really smart to just make this small optimization so you get this check out of the way, and those little things like compound into time.
Yep.
And
I agree.
that's definitely come into play here, where the bomb squad is now in just a desperation situation.
Yeah, get ready to Fred to pull out the mirror in about 2 seconds.
He was a little slow on the draw there, but we got the gist.
Yeah, you saw him say. You saw him like, oh no! It was. I feel like that was the transcript of their voice call. I just got the flippers, and Fred says, "Oh no."
Yeah, we'll definitely have to see what they have to say about it at the end here.
Okay, so the salt miners, on the other hand, Teldar's just going to finish up ice here, and he'll be heading up to GT, and GGW just has to go to the back of swamp, and he'll be heading up to GT.
Yeah, so it should be about even. I mean, Telethar will probably have what, like?
Yeah, a little bit of a lead. Yeah.
Frenex is a pretty slow fight comparatively.
Yeah. So, if you're in this situation with your teammates and you're both heading to GT around the same time, how do you split it up?
I mean, with this, it's really interesting too, because like little gaps in time make for different routes, you know? I feel like you're gonna want to send the first person in just left first, just for density.
Okay.
And then, ooh.
Oh no, Fred. Oh, he's got a ferry.
He's got a ferry.
Gosh, I feel so bad for him. He's got 5 hearts still. Rick's got 12.
It's very greedy of Rick.
GGW realizing I only have 7 arrows, and I need these for. Well, I guess he doesn't technically need them for GT because this is Randomizer, but probably like them for GT. So you go left. Do you just go full left, or do you head back to the right after you do Stuffos?
I think you just stay left and then send the.
So you skip Hope Room then?
That's what I would do, but I'm also not allowed to make calls for my team in co-op mode.
I see.
I'm bad at them, so I mean, I'm the wrong person to ask here.
Yeah. I do like the left play, but I feel like you head back right.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's tough. It's tough to split this up, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be the most DM is supposed to be the most like risk averse, like the least time delta, I think, between finding the big key in general. But co-op obviously puts a wrinkle in that.
Yeah. I think you're just trying to avoid fighting whatever boss is. Honestly, I think that's kind of like the last check you want to do.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to fight whatever boss is on ice. I guess it's possible still for it to be Trinex. Is that true?
Yeah. Well, there's three doubles. As long as we haven't seen all the doubles, and I'm not sure about everything yet. So
I can't remember having seen many doubles. So we've seen Helmo, Lanmo, Vidi, Argus, Trinex, Ormos Knights. Cold Stare. We've not seen any Moldorms yet.
Wasn't there a Moldorm? Wasn't there Moldorm Vanilla?
Was Moldorm Vanilla?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Moldorm wasn't Hera. Okay, so we have seen a Moldorm. So we just have not seen a lot of doubles.
Okay, so yeah, there's 3 doubles. Tell her I would have been in trouble getting that block across. 2 cold stares. The big key's on the compass side.
And of course, I was as dead wrong as you can be, which is why I took it to make these calls for my team.
All right, so let's see how friendly the climb is.
Yeah, so with no ice boss and just a climb ahead, and with Bomb Squad still needing to finish 2 crystals each, I mean their hopes are getting vanishingly thin. Funny seeing GW have almost the exact same thing happen.
Yeah. I can't wait till we move all the way to fast ROM to get rid of this lag in a room like this. There'll still be lag, but it just won't be as bad.
Yeah, it'll. I'm really not looking forward to that.
No, you're not. It's the future, man. It's here.
My brain's slow. I need that lag.
I see. Oh, these enemies suck. The ones that charge you like that can be really annoying, and it looks like that's what the climb is going to be full of. Tell are doing a good job of handling it with those spins, though.
Yeah, I don't know how enemy replacement goes, but it always does seem that you get a lot of the same enemies in the climb.
Yeah, it's because there's only so many that are killable. Like, I don't know exactly how it works, but they have to be killable enemies with like a sword or something like that, I think is a requirement.
Yeah, for any trap room where the door's locked, yeah.
Taylor got a little bullied, but still has 3.5 hearts. I'm sure he's got a potion or 2. He's got 4 bottles to GGW's 1.
Thankfully, we see Fred finally all the way up to 8 after a long, difficult struggle.
Yeah. I mean, first he had red no, but still, you just take a couple dings here or there and it can go pretty bad. Alright, so looks like Fred still has Swamp and Skullwoods.
That is what is tracked. That seems to be correct. GGW making good use of the hook shot to stun these enemies. I like this idea.
Yeah. Yeah, he uses medallions too. I'm a big fan of Fire Rod and Randomizer.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you have half magic and you can be aggressive with your magic use without worrying.
Yeah, especially when you see all these magic drops too, so you just burn them and then pick up the magic again.
Oh yeah, because like your big concern is like, you know, what if I run into like a spike in the clock room or something? I'm gonna burn using the cape, but looks like that's not the case today. GW again going for Bombos, which I think is wise here. These enemies are annoying on ice.
Mm-hmm. Looking for silvers, I take it, for Telethar. They're probably feeling okay about things, right?
Yeah, I'm sure they're doing fine. I mean, like, they pretty much last location the flippers. I mean, they got to avoid.
Well, they had some more stuff. Yeah, they had a couple more things, but yeah, it was they were down to it for sure. 2 boss. Wow.
There's those doubles we were talking about.
Yeah. 2 moths on the climb. Look at these Henoxes.
But yeah, I mean, they last locationed it in a way where it's like there was no real scrambling or worry. They were just efficiently clearing locations until they found their item. So they can't feel too bad about it. Like, the other team somehow happened to vision that, then like like whatever, you know.
Yeah.
But you're not gonna play like you're behind.
I can't wait till we get a randomize Aga into boss rooms.
But why though? you were asking if we could without asking if we should.
Yeah.
I mean, like, going into a room and be like, all right, it was 10 blue balls last time. Is that randomized? I sure as heck hope so.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. But that's it for Ganon's Tower for Telthar, and he's just got Ganon to kill. And with Tempered Sword, you know, this is the most NMG thing that we're gonna see here today.
So just a Ganon fight left. We are closing in on it. Rick again flexing that the massive amount of money that they've gotten. This like they have opened every 300 to buy some extra arrows.
Yeah, get those potions.
But they are about to see their first dot done from their opponents before they finished up their crystals. Or I'm sorry, before they've gotten into Ganon's Tower.
Yeah. Swamp Palace. So it was either under the big chest that check, whatever that is, compass or whatever, or left side swamp.
Yes, spoilers. Pilot spoiler has given me the arcane knowledge that chest does contain the compass.
Okay, yeah. I just rely on Gamachu to tell me which ones are which. Which one's the compass in the swamp? Even though I'm the pilot.
I think Homemade Beer shared the heuristic of it's the first unnamed chest. The map is the first unnamed chest in every dungeon that doesn't require the mitts.
Okay.
And then reverse it for the other ones.
Perfect. Easy to remember. Easy.
As we get Telethar finishing his Ganon fight, GG's to Telethar as he finishes with a time of 1:20.27.
Yeah, and GGW not too far behind, starting his Ganon fight. Doesn't get the 1-1, but gets Ganon in a really nice spot to just finish him off with these spins here and just hook shot right on out. So this is going to give 3 more points to the Salt Miners, putting them up to what's that, 7 wins? So they would still need 1 more to guarantee a playoff spot.
They'll be it doesn't even necessarily guarantee a playoff spot. I think 8 does guarantee a playoff spot. It's tricky.
Yeah. If they want to make the playoff, they have to win, basically, though, right? Like, for them to even have a shot, they've got to go 2-0.
Well, if we split here, then they end at 7-5. Right? Both teams would end at 7-5, right?
Okay.
And then the other 7-5 teams are both playing each other. So you could have another 7-5 team there if there's a sweep.
Okay.
And then our team is 7-5. So
Okay.
if we get swept, then we could also be 7-5. So
7-7 then. You'd be 7-7 if you got swept.
Oh, it's 7-7 at the end. Yeah. So it's the picture is still unclear, I guess what I'm trying to say.
Basically, just you gotta win. Just if you want to if you want to make the playoffs, win.
All right, so GGW finishing up their Ganon fight. Get your GGs in chat as the Salt Miners are going to finish this one off and improve to 7-6 on the season. And it looks like Rick and Fred are going to finish this one out.
Yeah, let's see if we can get the Salt Miners in here.
Hello?
We got one of them.
That's all we're doing.
Yo, how about that sword and Eastern Palace Big Key chest that you guys missed out on? No. I don't know. Tell me.
It doesn't sound right. I'm pretty sure you said you got all the items.
Nope, there's definitely a sword there.
Alright, GGW, okay.
He didn't get it. He
I'm aware
died.
he didn't get it.
But,
He did die.
Yeah.
I don't know why he even went for it, to be honest.
Yeah, because it was like the one thing that wasn't in logic. It was so funny that for us it was funny. It it was so funny that the lamp was there. Like for us, it was really funny. But how were you guys feeling when you saw that it was like, oh, we've done everything and now we have to go do AGA?
I mean, I wouldn't have been concerned about having done everything and then going to do AGA. I was more concerned that I wasn't told there was a cape, so I had to re-enter.
Oh no!
I got the lamp, and then I was like, "Well, that does nothing for us," and that was our last logical location. So something's wrong. And then he goes, "I got a cape somewhere."
Oh no! Oh
like,
no!
Okay, what did GGW do that I didn't? Let's go check the dam.
The dreaded co-op ... somewhere.
Is that kind of what happened with Samaria too? Because we were surprised you didn't go to Turtle Rock, but
Samaria was just I just didn't go into I just didn't get Samaria before going there. I knew where it was.
Overall, though, how are you guys feeling as you kind of get down to looking for those flippers?
I mean, as long as they weren't on catfish, we were probably going to be okay.
Yeah.
Like we lost a little bit of time with like Eastern and a little bit of goofs here and there, but generally speaking, people make lots of goofs in this mode. So
yeah, it's hard not to goof in this mode for sure.
But we probably felt okay as long as it wasn't catfish, which we just said no. Like that was our sort of all right. Let's make some time back here. Let's just both go to pot.
Yeah, and that ended up being the volume play, and it worked out pretty well. Just based on the way that it worked out, Fred was basically already most of the way into pod by the time Rick had finished Aga Tower, so it kind of made sense for Rick to go to Catfish, so we did actually see that check from the other team. But I was also saying I kind of agree with you too, like this, I said it a couple of times during the race, this mode does have a tendency to just like break your brain in weird ways. Just because it requires like so much extra processing power to do rooms that are normally free.
Yeah. What ended up happening? Like, I don't know. I would have expected it to be a little bit closer. I don't know.
It was close until the very end. They kind of made a weird call, and we're kind of trying to figure this out. So, Rick did Hera, Fred did Meyer, but Fred went to the boss instead of doing the cutscene chest. And then left and went and did Hera, and then Rick came and did Meyer. He did some other checks before he did Meyer, but they ended up switching spots, and it just if Fred did cutscene chest, they were still behind, but it would have been a lot closer.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so they were it was that kind of scrambling at the end, and that it kind of buried them. But also, just generally, you guys were a bit more efficient, just like, especially because the seed forced you guys to be in the same area a lot. It just, okay, well, we're in the same area, but I'm going to do these checks over here, and you do these checks over here. Like, I'll go into these, and you do Village of Outcasts. Or, like,
right.
I'll do Desert, and you do, I don't know, Checkerboard Cave, and it just worked out really, really well. So they had a little bit extra of that to clean up, and then they kind of just bottlenecked in a way that ended up killing them on that cutscene chest.
Yeah, I think we probably made pretty good. I obviously didn't see the race, but I felt like we made pretty good use of cleanup time to like. GW was able to do cleanup while I was in Meyer, for example.
Yeah,
so we're not both doing garbage at the same time.
Speaking of, we're joined by the other salt miner, GGW. Yeah, GG's, dude.
Thanks, GG.
So, withholding information from Telethar, huh?
It's been like a long last 4 hours. It's just sometimes things slip through the cracks. I wasn't thinking that it was an Aga seed at that point, because surely the hammer or mitts or whatever are just on the boss, right? So I was just too fixated on that.
Yeah, we were both a little surprised at that lamp, certainly.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So what if the literal next two items are cape lamp?
Yeah. I mean, you already had the cape at that point without realizing it, but How are you feeling overall? Like as you guys, finished the seat up and hit Gomo, did you guys feel, or did you feel GGW pretty good about everything, or?
I've seen some of these races, and every single one has just been like a clown show, and so it's hard. It's really hard to predict what's going to happen. So I was like, it's very possible we win, but it's also like you just don't know because we did make plenty of mistakes. So
I mean, a ton of mistakes, though. I'm trying to think of what mistakes you're talking about.
I walked into like the Eastern Dark Room when I should have not even done it, since nothing could have been there, and died. So that was like a good minute of time waste. The communication with the cape, going to swamp without the flippers,
Going to ice without the ice rod.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, so I guess because we missed some of that stuff since we're watching all four of you, but
yeah.
That's right. You had to mirror out of Ice Palace, realizing when you found out it was Trinex. So.
Yeah. You also mirror out of like Pod or something.
Pod, yeah.
When I tried to drop my Samaria block on the Switch,
That
hit somewhere around here in my quick swap menu. Oh right.
that was pretty benign though. I mean, it feels bad when you do it, but that was a very minimal time loss.
Yeah, I mean, sorta. Like,
That's not that bad.
it's not terrible. It's not the end of the world, but like 20-30 seconds is also a ton of time in like a race where minimum time is like an hour and maximum time is like an hour 15, hour 20, hour 30, I guess. But like, like I'm just in general that sort of time window. An extra 30-second time loss is brutal. Sorry.
So you see Rick finishing with a time of 1:30.06. Go ahead and get your GGs in chat for Rick.
And how you guys? I mean, Bart just tried to explain the playoff scenarios, but you guys feeling okay about making the playoffs here now?
If we win with Hitsu, which is a big if, we I think make it guaranteed, and then there's some weird tiebreaker nonsense that might happen if we lose.
If you lose, okay.
But if we lose, there's a high chance we're just not in, I think, but I don't really know.
I mean, Hitsu's got to get one win, right?
This is Envy League. Nothing's guaranteed.
Yeah.
As we also are joined in chat by Adirondack Rick. GGs.
Yep, GGs to you both.
Yeah, GGs.
So I guess we'll be getting Fred in here in a minute as he's.
He actually will not be joining us for this one, as he is currently dealing with some family stuff of his own, so he will not be joining us for this interview.
Okay. Well, thanks for letting me know that. But yeah, I guess the main question we have is the cutscene chest, and because it was a fairly close race until that happened. But like, what ended up going on with the cutscene chest?
Yeah, so unfortunately, the idea for this kind of came down to we felt like we needed to make a few chances, and the seed really didn't give us the opportunity to do so. And Fred was like, go to the boss, because he's really getting the idea that it could be a pedestal seed at that point. And unfortunately, got the map off I forget what boss it was over there at Meyer, but
yeah,
it was just a case that he took a gamble, and unfortunately, it was kind of like what happened last week with him and the spike or the tile room in GT and the cross key seed. Gamble didn't pull off, and luck wasn't on our side, and at that point it was GG. And I knew that this was going to wind up happening at that point. You don't, against a strong team, against strong opponents like Ganon's Gone Wild and Telethar, you don't leave an item behind and have to come back on a last location and win many races.
Yeah, it sounds like you almost talked yourself out of it. Like, we have to make a play, because if you pull the flippers, I mean, you would never know this because you're in the middle of a race, but you pull the flippers before you kill the boss there in Meyer, and it's going to be a close one. It was going to be a really close one. I mean, the seed was rough with having to do AGA and the lamp off of Eastern and everything, and think Rick, you were the only one to get that sword out of Eastern too, by the way.
Yeah, it was an interesting sword pickup over there. It's like, Fred, there's a sword over here. I'm going to take a chance on the not logic part of this, but maybe this was a rude case of the seed making us have to double back at some point. I like I said, the choices that we made, unfortunately, luck was not on our side, because when you face off against strong opponents such as GGW and Telethar, you need to either match them execution-wise, or you need to have some lucky breaks go your way. And we can't match them toe-to-toe with the execution. My execution, especially those who saw the Aga 2 fight, it stunk. But
I think you're being a little hard on yourself, right? Because you just came off of a loss. You guys were neck and neck going into this. So,
even though, I may be coming off a loss, but you can't have 2 zeros cycles on an Aga 2. You can't have 2 0 cycles on an Aga 2.
I mean,
that's why I say it's stunk.
Rick, I was about to say it's randomizer, dude. Go easy on yourself, but
yeah,
Aga 2 is not randomized. So
yeah, exactly. That's why I'm stating that about that. I mean, I didn't take any unfortunate deaths this seed. Randomizer didn't decide it was going to throw 35,000 rollers at us, so I'll take that. But what I will say is, we needed some breaks to go our way, and unfortunately, the seed told us, "Hey, you know that place that we know that there's an item at? Well, guess what? It's got an item, and you're dead now."
Yeah. Salt Miners, if you guys had known the Eastern Palace Big Key was a sword, do either of you go for it?
No.
In hindsight, like, no.
I mean, obviously you got tempered, but like, let's say GGW made it to that sword. Telethar, are you picking it up after you kill the boss in Eastern?
No. I mean, at that point, we're so early in the seed, like, there's no reason to expect it's going to be a maybe Master Sword Silverless fight. And, like, that's the only case it's even remotely worth it.
It was looking that way for a while.
Yeah. But I mean, we still did have all of GT. Like, I probably would never pick up that sword. I probably will just do Master Sword Silverless and be upset instead.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, Fred also, with the knowledge, did not end up going back for the sword, so I guess that makes
he toyed with the idea about going back in to get that sword after a while, but he was like, the amount of time that it takes for him to grab it does not equate to any time gain in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think as long as you're not having disasters on your, like, the real concern would be if you get like a Ice Trinex or something, because Master Sword Ice Trinex is miserable.
Yeah.
Was Fred really on Master Sword at the end, or is that just not updated?
No, he had temper, because the temper sword is, there's the one on Argus or whatever swamp boss.
Yeah, the Armos Knights there. You were forced into the sword upgrade there.
So when's game 2?
So game
Saturday,
2. Yep, go ahead.
3 p.m.
Yeah, at that point, I'm going to go to the sideline for the remainder of the season, and Killer App and Fred will be taking on Ganon's Gone Wild and Hitsuen. My hope to that race is that we can at least get the split, because I would love to see our team get to a 7-7 finish for the season. We're not going to be relegated this season. That's one relief off my mind, but I know it's going to be tough. Like I said, I've mentioned it already in this interview. Ganon's Gone Wild and Telethar, they're strong runners, and
they're all right.
You got to play them strong.
I mean, they are 7-6, so.
Okay. Hold on. Our team is 6.
Yeah,
they're 7-6. They're 7-6 in a division that's been a bloodbath, as Maximum Barnage knows.
It's been a fun one.
They're all right. All right. Well, any last thoughts before Rick? This is possibly your last race. I guess. Is there a chance for you guys to still make the playoffs if you pick up a victory? I know it's kind of a mess.
I think it depends on what happens on a lot of situations that are out of our control. I'm going to pretty much say that our official chances of making the playoffs probably got dashed after Fred's race against Will WC last week. But I mean, stranger things
you're playing
can
Hitsia.
happen.
He has 0 wins this season, so I wouldn't count any chickens or anything yet. Like,
Well,
Hitsu is yet to win, so I mean, there's
like
always
a 7-way tie with 7-7 or something weird.
That's what I was about to say. Fear was like, "Hey, you guys are 7-6," and Telethar and GGW are like, "We object to this. Hold on."
Yeah.
But
Six
seriously,
losses?
it's
not really though.
But seriously, it's been a fun ride, and I definitely do thank Killer App for coming on board for us for our team this week or this season rather, and GG's to everyone that we've ended up facing this season, and GG's to Gans Gone Wild and Telethar.
GG's.
Yeah, thanks, GG.
Yeah, it was a fun race to watch, guys. Thanks for putting it on.
Any last thoughts from Salt Miners?
Nope. Thanks for comms tracking. Restream. Hopefully my team can win on Saturday.
Aldar's going on vacation, so and then Hitsion has not played Randomizer in probably a year, so we'll see what happens.
So see you guys for season 7. All right. So GG's to everyone. Thanks again to all our runners. Thanks to our trackers. Big shout outs to Fierce Magic and Excalibur for doing the tracking. Maximum Barnage, thanks for comment with me. That was a good time.
Yeah, it was fun hanging out for an hour and a half and watching this. So
yeah, it was silly, which is kind of what you hope for. All right, come back for tomorrow. I think there's a bunch more league races. We're wrapping up the final week of the season here, so keep the SG and ALTTPR League Twitch channels live and ready to go, because there's going to be lots of races here.
There are so many relevant races heading into this last week. I love it. I mean,
it's Randomizer, co-op Randomizer to settle it all.
Races to avoid relegation. We had a hype one to avoid relegation with a double hover situation.
Oh, jeez.
Yesterday it was wild. So, yeah, if you have time to tune in this week, please do. It's going to be great.
Yeah. So check those out. Again, shout outs to everyone, runners, trackers, comms. We appreciate everyone hanging out, and we'll see you on the next one.
Later.